what are the most dangerous parts of bareback riding?
The most dangerous part to me is being in the bucket chute. I mean,
I didn't expect that.
That's what I was thinking. But
that's where, I mean, I've had more injuries happen inside the bucket chute than anything out in the arena. I've been pretty blessed to not have too much happen like outside of the bucket chute. But, you know, like I said, I had that little compression deal in high school, and it wasn't like, you know, a matter of surgery. It's just like, let it heal. You're young, you know, and I can go back to this later, but like, it's the reason why I turned into what I turned into today, because of what I had to do to come back from that, change my whole
like
life.
40-inch biceps is what you're referring
Yeah.
to. He got up and
They
said,
were
"Don't
at
get
one
your hands
point.
out here."
Well,
It's just veins, bro.
Ty remembers me. Like, I used to be a whole different weight. Like, I used to have a whole different mindset. I wanted to be the all around guy that was like, I remember being 2 week on the ground. So I was like, what do I got to do? I got to get bigger. I got to get stronger.
Yeah.
And like, so many things changed, but you know, coming into the bareback riding, like after I gained a bunch of weight and was just lifting weights and eating food, like, you know, running my parents out of house and home, I was like, well, this ain't going to work for the bareback riding. I was like, I'm going to have to cut down on these carbs and protein, and I'm going to have to run and get skinny and learn how to be fast and electric, you know, but still strong. And, yeah, that's all back to that first injury that I had. But then you know, later on after my first NFR, I went to Odessa, Texas, and was actually entered in the bareback riding and the calf roping, like one of the first rodeos of the year. And, it really doesn't look that bad on camera, but I had a little horse, right when I nodded, it really wasn't her fault, but she kind of like lost her footing in the box, and her butt basically went down, that's when it's dangerous. It's not, because I mean, I've had horses intentionally smash me, and you kind of feel it coming and you kind of brace up for it. And I've taken riggins to the chest, riggins, you know, up here or in the guts, you know, and it's not a great feeling, but when the gates open, like it's, you know, it's do or die. Like you can't just sit there. And this horse actually kind of fell down on her back end, and then kind of as the gate was coming open, reared up, and my shoulders were back because I'm trying to stay back. And she got me right on top of the neck, basically. So it hit my back in a way where it just really one time, like not even like a smashing, just like a punch almost, just sent my spine into a compression. And that's when I like basically broke my T12 and L1 vertebrae in a compression fracture, and knew it immediately, double grabbed, was lucky that I got off of her all right. And then drove home that night knowing something wasn't right, and went to the doctor the next day and ended up having my spine fused. So I went through a whole spinal fusion 2 weeks later, spent 8 months of this 2021 season out, came back at Dodge City in August, and didn't really have intentions on what was going to happen for that year, but rodeoed my butt off, ended up 22nd in the world, almost got another one. But then ever since then, like, it's just little things like that happen to you, that happen for a reason and keep making you better. But the buck and shoot, number one, is the most dangerous part. You never know what those horses are going to do. They have them tied in. That's a huge deal. You got a guy you trust that has a neck rope on that horse.
I've seen him do that.
Basically going to try to keep that from happening. But I mean, they're horses. If they want to get away from it, they can.
What is that guy, a 180-pound man, going to stop a 1,000-pound horse?
Right. And he uses the rope to his advantage. You know, he'll have as many, basically when you're running your hand in, he'll have that rope twisted up basically where they can hit the end of it, and it don't matter how strong he is or not. But when it comes time to nod your head,
he has to let it go there.
That can get you in a bind too. If he's got 4 twists in it and that horse is trying to lead there, what's that? I mean,